Hello everybody and welcome back to Memoriapolis, where we are currently working on getting our architectural office upgraded. And in order to do that, of course, we need blueprints. We need a lot of blueprints, in fact. We need a crazy amount of blueprints. So we need to go into here. Let's see, we have access to 20 blueprints per cycle right now. Yeah, this is unlocked. This is 3,000 blueprints. Okay. So we're currently at level 2, and we'd like to get this upgraded to level 3. In order to do that, we're going to need 500 wood, which we're not all that far off of, 500 stone, which we're pretty far off of, and we're going to need 90 available workers. So that is absolutely understood. Now we have this small quarry up over here. That's looking fine. So we'll proceed forward here, and we need to be building up our number of blueprints. I think we should just continue to focus on getting the maximum level of architectural office. For this, we're of course going to need steel and gold leaves, which we don't have access to yet. So I believe for that, we'll need to do this and get this upgraded. Most likely. This isn't saying that it's going to unlock that, but this is probably what we need. That's probably what we need. So that's fine for now. In order to get this upgraded, we need a bunch of wood, stone, we need some clay. Okay, that's noted. Getting stone is, I think, the biggest thing that we need at this moment. So that seems absolutely fine. We have a pretty big lack of stone, and we're going to want to get our blueprints building up. No doubt about that. So for now, if we wanted to do this, we would need more population and basically raw resources, right? That's what we need more than anything. So that's absolutely fine. I think we should get the architectural office upgrading as soon as we have the stone for it. I think we'll have the workers by then. We're getting 21 per cycle. Okay, maybe we won't quite have the workers by then. We'll see. We're on 84 workers right now, and we're going to be able to upgrade our architectural office very shortly. So that seems relatively fine. Yeah, all we need now is the workers. So we're at 86 workers. That looks good. It's a very good thing that we're building up a lot of stone at this moment. So that is excellent. So just a few more cycles here, and we should have what we need. In theory, anyway. There's 89, and boom. There we go. The architectural office is now... So that looks great. We can get ourselves another blueprint here, and what do we feel like we need? Well, more wood production wouldn't necessarily be bad, but I feel like it should be more stone production. So we're going to buy this first. There we go. And now we can start upgrading our quarries. For that, we're going to need gold. Produced by the small mine building. We don't have that unlocked. So we can't actually upgrade these to level 3 at this point. That's probably something that we're going to get from upgrading our city center, I'm guessing. We don't have access to that right now. So next we could build the Emporium. That's a theoretical possibility. We're going to need blueprints for that, of course. So let's just wrap up this construction for the moment. We need about 400 additional population to upgrade this, and then we need a bunch of wood. So that seems relatively fine. We've got our cutting camp here. This is a level 2 cutting camp, and right, I don't know why clicking there opens that. Oh, it must be this. Yeah, it's just overlapping in an awkward way. Sure. So, yeah, that's definitely... Okay. This is clearly drawn on top of everything else here. And you can see it's got a bounding box rectangle here. So the button is active all the way out here. When we're out here, we can see... Look at this. Clicking on this, I have to click down here. Otherwise, this becomes the button that we're clicking on, rather than the button that we're actually pointing at because of the way that this works. That's definitely awkward. No doubt about that. Not a fan. So this is going to require iron. So yeah, we need the small mine building to get to level 3 upgrades overall. So we're not going to be able to get to Architectural Office level 4 yet. And that's definitely understood. We can't get our quarry upgraded yet. So I think we just need to build cultural buildings at this point. That's, I think, the core thing that we need right now. We need to increase our attraction and have more migration, right? So, yeah, that's what we got to do. So at this point, we want to check through here. Yeah, we haven't built one of these yet. And I want to do so. So I'm going to put that in off over this direction. Now, that's not near any of our districts, but our districts will probably spread over that way. And we do have the malice from this quarry, but that'll stop eventually. What is this? Ah, the hoplites want to join the city. We accept. And then this is expanding the territory down here. Yes, that seems fine as well. Okay. So that all looks good for the moment, and we're going to need more cultural buildings, right? So that's what we need to work on right now. So we're going to need blueprints for those, and that would be out over here. So we only have the one military production building right now. Yeah, so we've got basically all of our commercial buildings being worked on. We've only got the one political building, and then we've got the two education buildings here. So we've got these two. They're fairly expensive. That's understood. 750? Yeah, so we can't build anything yet. We need more blueprints. That seems fine. So we'll let that proceed for now. And we're currently generating 20 blueprints per cycle with our architectural office upgraded. So that is looking... So more cultural buildings are going to be going out over this direction. There's no doubt about that. Eventually, we're going to get rid of this small quarry because it's going to no longer be having all of this, right? If we upgrade this, does that increase the malice? It doesn't, but it does, I think, increase the radius. Okay, let's do it for now. That'll be absolutely fine. So these guys are offering the Trajan Forum. That's fine. And we have a building running out of resources up over here. Okay, so we're out of sand here. We need to, yes, change this over to clay. This is what I want. Okay, we have another building. An exploited load is empty. Is that the same building? Yes, that's the same building. Okay. So all of that is fine then. And we will continue for the time being. We can get a new cultural building blueprint right about now. And the question is, what do we want to go for? Do we want to save up for the Emporium? Actually, I think I'm going to do that. So that seems fine for the moment. Now, we are currently capped on our number of bricks. So we should probably try to sell something. We can't sell bricks, but we can sell cut stones. So we can sell like 50 of these. We can sell, like, 50 tiles as well. Yeah, they can't buy that many. That's right. 28, 29. So it'd be this. Okay, that's the best we can do for now. So we'll go do that. We're up to 2.2k in gold coins, so that's looking good. No issue whatsoever there. And our current population is almost 1,500. Okay. That seems fine for the moment. So I'm just thinking about the location of this farm. I'm thinking about building a surveyor's cabin out here. And what about the upgrade to the surveyor's cabin? Okay. That stays pretty small over all things considered. That's noted. So we could put a surveyor's cabin, like, out over here, right? And we would rotate this to be like this. There we go. And then we build another farm out over here. Now, we don't need another farm. I want to be very clear about that. And these are still level 1 farms, right? We can upgrade that. But my idea here is I want to get rid of this farm so that our districts can start spreading out this direction. Now, we're going to have some disturbance up over here from our stonemason. and from this quarry. So that's understood, but our districts can at least spread out over this direction, is the idea. So we're going to put a small farm in down here, but we're going to need to wait for this to actually finish. Okay, 2 turns left on that. 1, and there we go. So that's now ready to go, and we can put a small farm down here. It doesn't really matter how it's rotated, to be honest, and we're just going to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to come up over here, and we are going to demolish this farm. We don't even care about the recycling, I don't think. So let's just go ahead and demolish this. That will be absolutely fine. So we're replacing that with this farm up over here. Okay, new cultural building available. That is fine. So just trying to create more district space out over here right now. I'm also interested in maybe moving the stonemason out over this direction. So let's do that. Let's put the stonemason out over here. Because this way we're not spreading anyway, right? The quarry that's up over here is temporary, and that will eventually be removed. So I'm putting in a stonemason over here, and we're going to remove this stonemason once this is ready to go. In fact, we could do it right now. We can't demolish this because we don't have enough workers for it. Okay, that's fine. We'll need 25 total workers. We'll have that soon. Okay, so we're beginning work on the fields down over here. That looks good. And as we can see, this area is now ripe for development. But we're going to get rid of this stonemason literally right now. There we go. That's going to take 20 cycles to get rid of, but that's okay. So that should mean that the disturbance over here will be less bad, and we should start seeing some districts wanting to spread out this way. It might be a little bit reduced by the quarry, but for now, that's fine. Okay, I want to go in here, and what are we doing for blueprints? 1.3K? Yeah, so I want to hop into the cultural buildings here, and I want to grab the Emporium. So we're going to grab that. That's going to be our final cultural building for... let's see here. Where did it put it? Where indeed? Is that not considered a cultural building, or is this being filtered? Here it is. Okay, so that's good. That is very large, no doubt about that, and... boats and docks must be on water. Oh, so the Emporium's gonna have to go down over here. Interesting. So that means that we're gonna need a surveyor's cabin. Maybe like down this direction, or maybe up over here. I'm gonna put it here. So that's fine, we'll get that going, and the Emporium is then gonna have to go over by the water. Fascinating. I definitely didn't expect that. But sure, that seems great. So we'll get all of that going, and eventually some of these surveyors may no longer be necessary. We'll see. Okay, so this one is done. So if we wanted to build the Emporium down over here, this is a valid place to build it, apparently. Well, let's just go ahead and put it right about here, I think. I wonder what the difference between this and this is. Is that just a Z-fighting issue? Maybe. Let's go ahead and build that for now. And this currently produces health, so what is lowest? Safety, belonging, and esteem are all about the same, but safety is the lowest. So then, belonging and esteem, which would we rather have? We'll take esteem. Okay, there we go. And we are seeing districts expanding out over this direction, so that's great. Okay, so there's all of our commercial districts built, or rather, commercial cultural buildings built. And I don't think we really necessarily need other ones, at least right now. So for the moment, this will be fine. And we can see we're currently net negative on our food. That's understood. Absolutely understood. We could upgrade our farms. That is a theoretical possibility. But this farm isn't fully online yet, so that'll take a little bit of time. And this Emporium is going to come online. There we go. Perfect. This quarry over here, it's going to be done with its sand eventually, and we'll move it away from the city center, is the idea. So right now, what I want to do is I want to think about maybe like additional production for the moment. So that'll be fine. We're going to need 750 blue. Okay, and then there's also the repairing of these over here. Yeah, there is that. I guess we could do this. Let's see what we get. So this is a stadio. So we can choose the satisfactions for this. It gives safety. The lowest is, we've got belonging here. Yeah, definitely belonging. And then esteem and creativity. We're going to go with creativity. Okay, so the stadio is being built here. My question is, did we get the blueprint for that? I don't think so. Okay, so that's good to know. That's definitely very good to know. I would like to get these cultural buildings, or rather these ruins, repaired eventually. So that is going to take a little bit of time. The fields here are still being worked on, but we can see we're now net positive. So that is excellent. The thing about getting these ruins repaired, right, is that it takes a lot of blueprints. An awful lot of blueprints. But we'll see. Maybe once we get this finished, we'll unlock the blueprints for the stadio. That would be ideal. Theatrum, okay. So that's more cultural buildings being unlocked. Absolutely fine. And we can see we are capped on wooden beams and bricks. So we should probably do an export. We can't export wooden beams or bricks, unfortunately. But we can do something like this. And so we shall. Okay, so this farm should be done expanding its fields very soon. I'm not sure. Okay, there's another one up over here. Yeah, we're definitely net positive on our farms right now. These guys want to expand out over here? Sure, why not? And we've got additional cultural buildings being unlocked. We need blueprints to get all of that, right? So that's absolutely a thing. So we've got good satisfaction here, which is reducing our food consumption. Okay. No net effect on safety right now. Okay, so we've got no bad effects down over here, at least. That's something. So we absolutely need more blueprints, and for the moment, I don't think we need to upgrade our farms at all. So we should be fine to just run off of these two farms for the time being. So that, of course, means that we can start working on additional cultural buildings. So I'd like to grab this. All of these level 1, or rather level 2 buildings here, these are all 750 blueprints, right? Right. Okay. I don't feel like we have any major resource requirements at this time. Plebeians of Rome are trying to join. Okay, sure. Now, we definitely want to cut taxes. We've had a couple of new factions join, and we don't need money from them. So, there we go. Cool. So that'll be fine. So this one is 812 blueprints. This one's 650. We can do that one soon. This one's 812 as well. So let's get this one repaired as soon as we have the blueprints, which we should have now. Okay, so that's an Atrium Vesti. And this is giving us belonging, so what else do we need? Well, we don't really need health at this moment. Safety is looking pretty okay at 806. Esteem is the lowest, so we'll take that. Beautiful. So we'll get that going. We've got 2 additional ruins that we would like to get online. And we're at 1.6k inhabitants. If we look at our upgrade here, basically the only thing we need is population. We are a bit low on our wood. That's understandable. That's fine for now. Now, if we go into our service here, there is... Let's see. This is a storehouse. Yeah, that would be a pretty good thing to have. This is enabling the construction of ramparts. Okay. We should unlock these features. Both of those buildings can only be built once during the game. And where's our Macellum at? That's a district there. I forget where we put the Macellum at. Let's go into service Macellum. Does this outline it? Yeah, that's this up here. Perfect. So there's no upgrades to that. It's just a feature. We should definitely upgrade the other features. Okay. So we can see that we are still in no effect on any of these. We have some unsatisfied citizens in some of these categories, for sure. And we're going to continue to work on those. But right now, we are primarily lacking blueprints. So we want to get up to 750 blueprints and unlock our other service buildings, I think. Out of curiosity, in here... Okay, this doesn't generate any malice, I don't think. Nor does this one. Noted. Yeah, I definitely want to get both of those built fairly soon here, so we're going to need to save up our blueprints for those. Having a higher stockpile would be good, no doubt about that. So blueprints are basically what we need at this time. There's a lot of attraction out over this way, but there's also this quarry. It's kind of awkward, but we'll get rid of that eventually. So that is understood. And we've got kind of the same thing going on up over here, but we're going to have our districts spreading out like this way for now, is the idea. And then this will be our hinterland down over here. We can do a lot of wood cutting out over this way. Once this is clear, we can use this for farmland. And same thing up over here, and there's lots of stone in these hills. So yeah, this is fine. So we're 644 blueprints right now 664, and we need 750 to unlock each of these 2 new features. Upcoming visits, yep, that'll be fine. How are we doing right now anyway? This is interesting. So we're ahead of time on our faction power from what I can tell here. We're a little behind on our population satisfactions and our building points, but we're ahead on our resource points and faction power. Understood. So we're at 704 blueprints right now 724. We need just 2 more cycles here. And let's bring that right on up. There we go, 764. So now I want to unlock this guy. And then we want to get that built. So this does generate attraction. So building this out over here is not a terrible idea. We can put that like somewhere up over, I'm thinking like here. Okay, and that's going to give some health. What are we most interested in getting here? So creativity, absolutely, and esteem are what we really need right now. So let's do that. We'll get that online. Cool. And that will boost up the amount of storage that we can do here, which will be great. And then, of course, we're going to want to unlock this, which will enable the construction of ramparts. And we'll see what that ends up meaning. We don't have any of those right now. So that'll be very interesting. We're at 1.7k right now. We're very, very close to being able to upgrade our ancient capital. Very, very soon. So we're currently at 2 turns left on this Emporium. That'll be amazing. That's definitely going to allow us to stock up a fair amount of additional stuff. So that looks good. And what do we got going on here? Expanding the territory? Yes, that is fine. Okay. So we're currently at 1772, now 1777 population. So our migration every cycle is between 1 and 4. Interesting. So we're going to have enough to upgrade this incredibly shortly. We just need 15 more people. So that is absolutely wonderful. And the visit has been completed. Okay, so we got these coins, but we missed these coins. Noted. And we had missed this one as well. Okay. So that is absolutely understood. We're going to have some unsatisfied pops, I'm sure, eventually, but for right now, everything is looking pretty okay over here. So this is our reserve at this point, and... okay. Noted. So that tells us a lot of things and allows us to pause from there. Sure. That seems neat. Well, our ancient capital can now be improved. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to unlock the Rampart feature. We'll see how that goes, and we'll also work on maximizing our happiness over here. I've definitely learned a lot about how this game works, and I would build I would build another city quite differently from how we started this one. No doubt about that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.